Hey you guys, welcome back to my channel, and today it is Fragrance Friday, and today it's about beast mode fragrances. But before we get started, I'm going to share with you guys what I have all over my lips and what I have all over my nails, because if I don't, you always ask. What I have all over my lips is from MAC in the Peach Blossom. I'm wearing similar, pretty much the same combo, almost actually. Been using a lot of Pink Blossom. This is one very damaged bullet of lipstick. I'm not sure what happened here, but something happened. I love that color though. I will probably repurchase. And on top, I have Dolly by Buxom. This is the full-on cream version. This one and White Russian are my two favorites from Buxom. And what's all over my nails is actually a combo. It's from the Candy Crush collection. This is Hollow Taco's color in Sour Note, and that's what's all over my nails in the green. It does have some hollow. I just wanted a little bit more, so what I did is I added everything Taco to it, so it gets just a little bit more pizzazz on the nails. So that's what's all over my nails. Everything today is about beast mode. What is a beast mode fragrance, at least in my opinion? A beast mode fragrance is something where you don't need to spray very much, and it'll last you a very, very long time. You put a couple sprays on, you go about your day, you go out for the evening for a nice meal, maybe you wore a jacket over top, and you come home, put said jacket away, you bring jacket out 4 weeks later, and it smells like the same scent you had when you were wearing that beast mode fragrance. The sillage is big, and sillage is like when you walk in a room, you walk by, people can smell your beautiful scent as you're leaving or passing by. People can smell you. It's not like more of an individual scent. It's not intimate. Rather, it's for everyone to enjoy. Although many of my beast mode fragrances are actually niche brand, because I do feel that even though niche brand's expensive, designer brands are creeping right up to the same price point as niche brands. Sometimes you can actually spend less overall on a niche brand just by spending a couple extra bucks, because you need one spray and you'll be good forever. And designers are just going crazy with like totally jacking up their prices. I have some things from, like, you can get at Sephora or the gray market, and you can get at Lush designer fragrances as well as niche. I'm not going to be using Fragrantica today, and I'm only showing you guys the bottles I have that are full bottles. So first off, I'm going to talk about Lush fragrances. Now, Lush fragrances in general, and I only have the two here, they are beast mode. They're definitely fragrances I would absolutely suggest you go to the store and try them on your skin first. A lot of times, at least in my opinion, when I read something online and it smells exactly how I want it to smell, like everything I love, like vanilla and cardamom and coffee and whiskey or something, but it's never quite the same. They are tough fragrances to wear. But I have Lord of Misrule that does come out in the fall. This is a beautiful scent, as well as Rose Jam here, which is something they bring out normally in the spring. I'm not sure if both of these may be regular offering now. This is a floral scent that I actually can get behind because there is rose in it, but it's so jammy and sweet and gorgeous. I love it. But you guys, spray this a couple times, 2 little spritzes, and you'll smell this for a long time. I pulled a fragrance out that I can get at Sephora. I'm sure you can get it at Ulta. I'm not American, so I'm not sure if they sell it there. Also in the gray market, I buy all of these particular branded fragrances I'm about to show you on fragrancebuy.ca, and they don't know who I am, but it's definitely a better price. It's like half the price than buying it on Sephora. And I pulled this one particular one out because I think out of all 5 of the bottles, like the full bottles I have, this one in particular is probably the most beast mode, and I absolutely love it. It's scrumptious. If you're a gourmand lover, pay attention. This is Comptoir Specifique in the Vanille Apricot. She's so good. She's so good. I love this one. I'm just gonna wear it. Guys, I want to smell sweet again. I did that in another video I did, and I'm like, oh my gosh, it's so good. I want to smell like this forever. I'll smell like this tomorrow too. I do find that their other fragrances are about a medium throw for me, but this one in particular lasts and throws and is very beast modey. But if you love a gourmand, and anyone around you loves a gourmand, you're gonna find people following you around wearing this, especially if they like the sweet smells. I describe this as a white vanilla cake with white buttercream icing, but in that cake, in between the layers, we have just the most gorgeous sugary, sweet, syrupy apricots, or apricots depending on how you say it. The next two I'm going to talk about are designers. Now, One I actually wore on my wedding day. This is La Vie est Belle from Lancôme. This is what I wore on my wedding day, which for Nelson and I, we got married in 2020, in 2020, August 11th, right smack dab in the middle of everything. This is super strong. My particular wedding day, even though it was August and where we got married in Peggy's Cove in Nova Scotia, it was so cold that day, but it was so humid. It's the weirdest thing. You could hear the ocean, but you couldn't see it. The rocks of Peggy's Cove are like right there, right on the ocean, the Atlantic Ocean, but you couldn't see it the whole afternoon into the evening, and it was quite cold, and like the fog was so drippy. Like it was like our hair was wet. It was crazy, but this held up so well. In fact, people were asking me, the few people I did have at my wedding were asking me what I was wearing, and yeah, so this lasts a really long time regardless. Humid climates, cold climates, warm climates, outdoor, indoor. And I mean, again, I got married outside, so people smelled that even when I was standing outside amongst the sea salt air. And the last fragrance that I have in my collection that I can honestly say, you need 1 or 2 sprays and you're the boss, babe. YSL's Libre Intense. And this is a gorgeous vanilla ambery experience. There's a little bit of lavender in there, but you don't really smell that part. It's more the amber and the vanilla that just make you powerful. It's so good. And the bottle is power in itself. This is a gorgeous, gorgeous bottle. And yeah, I would say, if your office allows you to wear fragrance, if you wore this, people will be asking you what you're wearing. I would actually wear this in the evening too. If you're actually doing an office soiree afterwards, then I would pop that on at mid-afternoon and you got yourself going for the whole night. This is a great one for a beast mode fragrance. The last 6 fragrances I have in full bottle from my collection are all very beast mode. Same reason, same thing. They're big, they're bold, they last a very long time on someone like myself who my body temperature and chemistry just eat up fragrances so fast. So if you're a normal person, and if normally your fragrances last you 6 to 8 hours, that's like 2 hours for me. These ones are more expensive because they're niche. Niche is like they're not a designer, they're not a celebrity, they don't fit into any of those genres. Rather, they're their own perfume houses. They do such a fabulous job. Again, what I said earlier is that these fragrances, these designer fragrances, are creeping up in price. Yes, the niche ones can be a little bit more expensive, but at the same time, you save up a little bit more and buy a niche fragrance, and you only need 1 spray, maybe 2. That fragrance is going to last you a heck of a lot longer than spraying sometimes some of the designer fragrances, not necessarily the ones I've talked about obviously today, because they're all beast mode, but those fragrances that kind of wisp away after a bit of time. The first one I'm going to talk to you guys about is Amouage Material. This is a beautiful fragrance. I absolutely adore this one. Look at the lid. It's so, so cool. It's magnetized. I feel special and sexy. This one, again, beast mode. Quality. It's just the quality of the product. This is an eau de parfum, not an extrait de parfum. So it's not the highest amount of oil concentration, but it's nearing the top. This is gorgeous, especially if you like vanilla. Spices. Okay, next up is Initio Side Effect. I'm not going to even spin this one. This is so, so good. If you like those dark fruits, vanilla, and this is a punch you in the face. I swear when I was in Cartagena, Spain in January, I walked by so many people wearing this. No joke. I was like, I know that smell. I know that smell. But when I was going out there as a tourist and it's 19 degrees Celsius and everyone local there is wearing parkas and I'm wearing a t-shirt and I could have been wearing shorts because where I left was like -5 Celsius. They consider it very wintry at that point because it is their winter. But for me, I'm like, wow, that's a strong scent to be wearing in the summertime because it just like holds on. Beast mode fragrance. This is definitely a great unisex fragrance as well. I am so glad I have it in my possession. The next one here I'm going to share with you is Remember Me by Jovoy. So that's the company or house of Jovoy, and the scent is in Remember Me. And this, my friends, if you like a chai tea latte, like I do. I've had 2 today. I remember I was working in my office and I'm not supposed to be wearing fragrance. I was like, I'm gonna wear fragrance. Don't tell me I can't wear fragrance. I just naturally smell good. Somebody came in my office and said, oh my God, it smells like Christmas in here. They thought this was like Christmas. I think it's the chai teas, the spices, the cardamom. Oh, it's beautiful. The cardamom, the vanilla, all those really yummy spices. And at first I was like, oh, they're gonna rat me out. They're like, no, I love that scent. So I was like, oh, thank God. As is like a latte. There's a little bit of a lactonic note to this one. It lasts a long time. So if you want to smell like a chai tea latte, that's the one. I also find that many majority of my Beast Mode fragrances mainly lean towards the fragrances I would wear in the fall or the winter. Other than this one here that I shared with you so far, I've got 3 more to share with you. Contour Pacifique, definitely in more of a summer scent, a very lighter scent for the summertime. Most of my fragrances for the spring and summer are not that strong, especially summer fragrances. I find most of those are very aquatic and they don't last particularly long. From the House of Oud, we have Dates of Light, and this is Eau de Parfums. It's not the tippity top for the oil concentration, but it's really, really up there. And dark fruits, vanilla, dates. It's absolutely amazing. This is Beast Mode. I've actually had a couple people who are not into fragrance when they were over. I would ask them a couple questions like, what do you like in fragrance? What would you like to smell in fragrance? And a couple of them came really close to just saying what this one is. So I would let them smell this one on a scent strip first, and then I'd spray it on their wrist. And they're like, oh my God, I love that. Lastly, I'm going to be speaking of one house in particular, but I have 2 fragrances from them, from Nichane, Ani and 100 Silent Ways. And these 2 are spectacular. Actually, I wear this one quite a bit, the Nichane's 100 Silent Ways, in the summer. This one here and this one would probably be the only summertime fragrances that I can say are Beast Mode. People will smell it hours after you sprayed it. You will smell it. You will not get a nosmic to it because you're just going to love it so much. This is gorgeous. I got this on the gray market on fragrancebuy.ca for like half the price you can buy it in the store. It was still like $200, but it was so good. And again, I've had this. I've used it a lot, but look how little I have actually used of it. You don't need that much. Of course, I wouldn't be a video telling you about Beast Mode fragrances if I don't talk about Ani. And this is my favorite fragrance of my entire collection from the same house of Nichane. This is the Extrait de Parfum, and so is 100 Silent Ways. So this is the tippity top of oil concentration for perfumes. So this is where you're gonna get the most oil, therefore it's going to linger and stay on your clothes, on your body as a long time. And this one here, again, my favorite from my collection, ends in a vanilla, but starts with like a ginger, goes into a cardamom, ends in a beautiful vanilla. This is more of my winter time scent. And again, you guys can see, not a whole lot gone, but that's because I need one spray and I'm good for the whole night. So I love this, you guys. All right, you guys, that was everything. If you also like watching swatches of nail polish, definitely check out my Mani Mondays because that's what we do on Mondays. I talk everything about nail polish, swatch a little bit. And on Wednesdays, we do a lot of candle reviews, hauls, as well as home vendor wax melts as well. And sometimes on Wednesdays, I throw like favorite videos. I'm gonna have a video coming up about Oscar, which is our new cat that adopted us. And yeah, sometimes Wednesdays is kind of free for all. But if you like that kind of thing, definitely stick around. We would love to have you here. Don't forget to thumbs up this video. And if you haven't already subscribed, please do so below. And as always, be safe, take care, and have fun. Bye, guys.